Good morning from Crabtree Hall. Here we are out here. It's a pleasant January day for the Northwest. Anyway, what I'm going to do today is show how I prep wood after it's been cut. I went out yesterday and cut up some maple. Now I cut it up in the field so I can handle it anyway, and then bring it in here and I'll finish prepping it for use on the bandsaw I have here. This I didn't quite get this cut right here. Right here is still the pith. I like to take this down off the pith about an inch. So that's what I'll be having to do with the bandsaw. This piece here, you can see the pith in it running right here. This is the center of the log, okay? Now on this side, I did a good job. I cut the pith out. I could have had it a little bit further away. On the other side, however, I missed it, okay? But on these pieces like this, I don't throw them away yet. I cut the pith out here too. Okay, I cut it out. I will trim up the side of these, both sides, and then if the piece is big enough, I can make bowls out of it. I can make bottle stoppers out of it, pins, etc., etc. So it's good wood for the most part, and so we'll trim it up like that and see what we can salvage out of it. I don't know if it's because it's just a natural crack or what, but there's a crack right here, and that's why you want to take the pith out. It's really important to do that and give yourself about an inch. And if I'm into like a 4-foot diameter tree or something, I'll give myself maybe 2 or even 2.5 inches on each side of the pith, and that way I can have some very nice quarter sawn bowl material or small vases. So whatever size the tree, you don't have to waste too much of the pith area. Now this one will get wasted because of the crack. Okay, this piece here I have, it's now ready to go ahead and put it in water, and when I come back to it, after it soaks for a little while, it should be a little bit more stabilized than what it is, but it'll also be I think a pretty nice piece for a vase, which would be right around it'll come out to be about 6 inches in diameter, and it could be up to the piece measures 16 inches, so it could be a 15-inch vase. By putting it in water, I should not get any cracks on each end. If I just put it outside and leave it, even if I put sealant on it on each end, it'll crack if I don't get to it right away. In water, it doesn't crack. The only problem with water is mosquitoes like it, and it also, with this wood, it'll turn swampy on you. So you have to, if you put it in water, you have to change it. To keep the mosquitoes out, I tried detergent, but then all I got was soapy, swamp-smelling water, and it really did transfer over to the wood too. So there's one other thing that I can do to this right now to prepare it, and so I don't have to do anything else to it before I put it on the lathe, and that is set it up with my set it up and cut the corners off of it. And I'll show you how I do that. However, I do not recommend cutting this into an 8-sided octagon thing, like I'm going to show you I do. So this guy here, I just mark out like that. Now I have my center because I, put a nail hole in there. Turn it over. This is a little bit bigger on this end, like I say. So I'll go ahead and make my marks out just a little ways more. Okay, there we go. Like I say, what I'm about to do, you have to understand that it can be dangerous. So what I've made here is this little trough here, 90 degrees. That's so my piece fits in there like this, and I can cut these corners. After it's been put in water for a little bit, the white part does get a little more color in it. So that's how that works. Now up here I have bark on the wood. This will probably, or more than likely, be taken care of when it's turned, because this will more than likely be the bottom anyway, so I'm not worried about any of this. Yeah, this could turn out to be a very nice vase. Now this piece of wood, I did cut it right. I cut the pith out. Looks like I give it at least an inch off the pith. We'll clean up the other end and see what I did. I got both ends pretty good here, it looks like. So what I'll do is I'll take off a little here, and I'm going to take off a little here, and this is, I'm sure, a limb that was broken off or cut off along the way, and I imagine it's rotten inside. If not, it'll make a dandy little bowl. Now remember, I'm a vase turner over and above a bowl turner. So I cut my pieces differently, but I'm going to go for one nice piece inside of this half round here. The piece that I cut off, and I'm not through cutting on this yet. This knob here, I assume, is this knot here. So it's not rotten, that's a good thing, but we're not out there in it yet. So, and also as it continues, we have this little knot right here. It may come out here, may not. We also have this big limb here, and I think this limb comes out here. So we're working on two knots in here, and sometimes it very much enhances the beauty of a vase. Other times it just cracks away and I can't do anything about it. Okay, I always keep one thing in mind on these band saws. the bigger the teeth, the less jamming you're going to get, the less binding up. This wet maple is notorious for binding up. But with these big teeth, 2 per inch, as you can see, not a problem. It just really does cut right through. We have a pretty nice looking piece of wood here. I'm kind of concerned about this knot here, and so I'll cut it out and at the same time square away the other end also. It's just a lot better idea to make sure you know what's going on with the wood before you get it over to the lathe. You don't all the time hit it right, but your chances are of finding out what a piece of wood's all about, they're a lot better off the lathe than on, so you don't have the time in it. So we have here kind of a choice to make. I left it pretty wide for how deep it is. So then I have to decide on what I'm going to keep in this piece to turn. I'm looking at just a little under 7 inches. And across here we're a little under 11. So I have 4 inches to get rid of on one side or the other, or I can take my piece out of the middle. Now, although I like the knots in this, they're just in the wrong place as far as the piece goes. If this is the bottom, by the time I get through putting the tendon on there, giving myself treat myself nice wood, and this stuff, and then round the bottom up on the piece, these are going to be pretty much gone. I don't know how much gone, but it appears to me like this one comes out right here. So I believe that's where that little guy is. But I also have this one over here on this side, and this might be it here too. Don't know which. So if I cut off this side here, then I'm going to cut away a lot of the blonde wood. I will also keep a lot of quilting that's going on in this piece in through here. Wherever there is knots like this is where you're going to find a lot of quilting. So what this looks like to me is that I do want to keep this side of it. So I'll mark it and I'll cut it square, and we'll have a nice piece of wood with or without the knots in there. So on this piece, it doesn't really matter, I don't think, that it is blonde. It's just going to be an absolute gorgeous piece or pieces. Also, what I'm going to do with this piece, unlike the previous one, is I'm going to go ahead and leave this square. Maybe I will want to cut this down the middle and make little bowls out of it. I don't know. That's always an option. So anyway, this one is this piece here is ready to get stored and become whatever in the future. Anyway, that's how I process my pieces. This is the preliminary. Now, when I am going to be in the turning mode, now I can come back and look at them again, see how much I like them, what I like about them, what I dislike about them, and go from there. So it all depends on what I feel like and everything, how much energy I have, and just what I'm doing at the time as far as what I'm going to use these for. Thanks again for watching from Crabtree Hollow, and there's links on the YouTube to go directly to the website. There you can read different instructions as far as how to make a wine glass. You can download those instructions onto your computer and print them out. Also, along with templates of wine, white wine, red wine, and champagne glasses. And those templates are printed out life size, so you can print them out, glue them on like a piece of paneling or something, or a nice thin piece of wood that you've cut, and have a template that you can use. Also, there is instruction or all about the Hollowing King tool. It's 4 pages, and that should answer any and all questions that you have about the Hollowing King tools and the line. So anyway, I say happy Halloween, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.